IVM.
Hi everybody, just wanted to ask everyone for a quick favor. We're running a brand survey right now and would really appreciate it if you could let us know what you think about the advertising on IVM. Go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and do let us know. As part of this, we'll be selecting 10 random participants and sending them some IVM swag, so do fill out those surveys.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashdin, Doctor, your habit coach. And today's question comes from Mawuli. Mawuli says, just one line. How can I be a better person? I feel broken. Now, Mawuli, it is something that is very interesting. Very often we want to fix ourselves. We want to fix it because we think that we are broken, because we compare ourselves to somebody else. We compare ourselves to somebody else's life, and we see that their life is full. And then we feel broken. Differently, others are looking at other people's lives and feeling broken. There is always somebody that you can compare yourself to. This reminds me of this one story where there was this very, very wealthy man sitting in a car, and he was looking out at the road and he saw these kids playing in the street, and he was looking at them and saying that, wow, I wish I could be that. And these kids were looking back at this person sitting in the car in this fancy, black, huge car, wondering and wishing that, wow, I wish I could be that. And I think it's a part of human nature that we're constantly thinking that we're broken and that we need fixing and that we need more. But the important thing is that we're not broken. We're on our journey. You see, whenever we think that fixing is needed, what happens is that in our mind, we think of a completion. Now, you know what the completion of life is? Death. The end of life is death. Why do you want to rush towards it? It is not about being complete. It is about enjoying the journey towards that completion. It is enjoying the journey that you're in right now. So instead of thinking about how do I fix myself, because you use the word broken, I'm focusing on the word fix. Instead of that, think about the journey. Think about one very simple line. How can I be 1% better each day? How can I be 1% better? That means, how can I do something slightly better than I did yesterday? You see, the different things in life that come and throw our life up and down, up and down, up and down. Very often we have these kinds of thoughts when our life is at its lowest, when it's down. But you realize that just like those EEG machines, the one where you have in the hospital, the beep, 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 and you see the heart rate go up and down, up and down. When it's flat, when it's perfectly normal, what does it mean? It means you're dead. So life is going to have its ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. The point is that whenever you feel like this, that, I'm broken, everything is lost, there's no point in this, how do I become? Think about it in this way. Don't worry about the destination and where you want to go, but worry about the next step that you're going to take towards it. It is all about this journey of one step, one step, one step, one step. Which is why I keep giving my examples of trekking, because trekking is the perfect way of thinking about it. This huge, long, impossible distance is covered so easily just by focusing on where your next step is going to be. And Mawuli, I encourage you to do this. Just think about what the next step is going to be on this journey of yours. What is that one thing that you can do slightly better today than you did yesterday? And you will notice that slowly you become a better person. Slowly you improve. And it's not about becoming a better person. It's about having a better life. You're already an amazing person. We all are amazing people. We're all unique. But it's about having that amazing life. That life that we believe is awesome. A life worth living for. And that's what I encourage all of us to be doing. This whole Habit Coach podcast started from there. And you guys know my story. You know about the time when I was thinking about ending it all. And yes, I did feel tremendously broken at that point of time. And the way that I got out of that hole was to focus on one thing that I could do today that was better than yesterday. The one thing that I could improve on. I was like a horse with blinkers on. I was just focused in that one direction. It was on investing in myself, investing in me, and investing in a life that I felt was going to be awesome and worth living. The Habit Coach podcast is an offshoot of that. It is about me sharing those learnings of my journey with you. So let me end with this simple thought. Mawuli, if I could do this, you can too. So don't worry about how to do it. Just worry and focus on improving 1% at each time. And because you sent this as a response to the hot seat episode, I know that you are on your journey there. Because you're listening to the Habit Coach podcast, hopefully you're taking on a few of these habits and actually working with them, making them better every single day. All right, so that was Mawuli. If you want to be featured on the next hot seat episode, click on the link below and ask your question. Now, Mawuli sent in a one-line question, but send in a long question. Send in with a lot of details so I can help you out and understand your problem far better. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach, and remember, awesome lives, they start with awesome habits.
Usually in a podcast, it's me who speaks to you and you who listens. But I've been seeing your comments and it's time. It's me listening to you. Following the overwhelming success of this podcast, the good folks at IVM Podcast Network have decided to come up with a Kannada adaptation of the show for those who prefer listening to it in that language. Do make sure you let your Kannada speaking friends know about this as well. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME 180. That's Awesome 180.
Hello, everybody. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by Sharmeen Ali, founder and CEO of InStory, to discuss neuromarketing and how artificial intelligence can enhance empathy in content writing. Raghavi and Nisha are back with Misconduct Season 2. We begin with actress Maria Susairaj, involved in the killing of Neeraj Grover, a TV executive. On Akla Station Adulthood, Ekta Rajani, a fashion stylist, gives Ritasha and Ayushi hope, wisdom, and useful tips to beat the adulthood blues. On All Things Policy, Pratik Wagre and Rohan Sheth look at digital communication networks and their effects on public discourse. And on Come Home to Kotak, Cyrus talks to his friend Suresh about the steps ahead of buying his dream home, design, decor, and furniture. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week: Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Slate Coffee, Intel, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and Oxfam India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Given the unprecedented times our nation is going through, where positive is now a dreaded word, Smile India gets you delightful news from across the country about people and places that continue to spread the much-needed hope and positive vibes. I am Shifa Maitra, and you can hear Smile India with me every Thursday on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Oh, and did I tell you Smile India is available in both English and Hindi.